All right. We seem to be live. Okay. How much latency do I even have going right now? That's whatever. Well, really excited for this stream. As I alluded to in the description, I grew up playing Metroid Prime on the GameCube. Very important game to me, I'd say. It's gonna be 21 years. This November, I believe, is the month it was released in North America. November 2002. And yeah, of course, I think it's a bit of a shame that they didn't have Metroid Prime Remastered out like for the 20th anniversary, but whatever. A few months later, was it? Because it came out in February or March of this year, 2023. Regardless, I haven't really played Metroid Prime Remastered. I've basically only gone in and just messed around a little bit. So far, it seems like it's looking pretty good. Definitely missing the beam lighting from the original, but from my understanding, is just hard. I think I actually talked about this in my Metroid or my Pikmin 4 demo stream. Anyway, let's spin it up. But yeah, just they could do things. From my understanding, is that they could just do things on the GameCube for free in that specific faux dynamic lighting that they had on the beams. That just between the Switch hardware and modern render pipelines, just they couldn't really do or replicate. Hopefully, my microphone is sounding better, or it should be sounding better. I tested it a bunch, and I haven't changed anything since I tested it, so it should sound fine. But I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this music, because the Metroid Prime games all have fantastic soundtracks, especially Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Just phenomenal. Nice mix of remixes and different new variations of like classic Metroid themes, combined with new pieces as well. Metroid Prime 3's soundtrack was not quite as good. They definitely went the road of maybe trying to go for more an ambient soundtrack, same with kind of what happened later in Metroid Other M. Metroid Other M's soundtrack was just bad, so bad, compared to the Prime games and most other Metroid, and basically all the other Metroid games. Also, I noticed that with Metroid Dread is that I'm not gonna say Metroid Dread had a bad soundtrack. It's just kind of forgettable. Like most of I don't really think any of the tracks really stuck with me outside of maybe like one or two. But yeah. Title, and now we go to the menu select theme, which once again, another banger of a song. What do I have for options? Controls, display sound. I don't need color assist, hint system. I'll leave the hint system on for now just to show it off, but I'm probably going to turn it off just because I do not need it. And it can get a little annoying when you're, especially towards the end of the game, where you're trying to collect like everything you haven't gotten yet, and it just keeps bugging you to go to the one spot. Anyway. Oh, did I bump a button? Let's restore defaults. There we go. Yeah, I accidentally turned off HUD lag. I like having the HUD and the helmet and whatnot. I just find it adds a lot to the experience. You know, that's my opinion. You know, other people like to turn it off. I like to have it on. Controls. Hybrid. Classic. That classic control scheme is what I'm used to. It's definitely going to be different trying to use it on the kind of the standard Joy-Con controller. I forgot correct, there actually is like a Joy-Con set that you can buy that's like modeled after the GameCube controller. But I don't feel like spending money on that. And also they made it so that this game's not compatible with GameCube controllers. It's not one of the games for the Switch that is. Which once I don't know, because from just my experience playing around with it, it handles like the button layout's different. Obviously, you can't match it perfectly because you have the plus and minus button, and while the GameCube controller only had the one start button. I think they maybe could have done a better job matching it up so that you could use the GameCube controller with the game, but not a big deal, in my opinion. Or I guess your mileage. I don't. It's definitely disappointing, I say. But anyway, so I am going to go with the classic controls. If you've never played Metroid Prime on the GameCube, it does have a different control scheme. It kind of harkens back to kind of like your... I guess... kind of like... It's tank controls, basically. Like, you're playing like GoldenEye 64. You know? Functionally, it's a single stick, not a dual analog scheme. So definitely it's... If you're not used to it, it's really clunky and kind of unintuitive. If you are used to it, it's not too bad, but it's... For most people, they're not going to like it. It's not ideal. But they did give you dual analog for this. You can also use... I'm not sure how exactly the hybrid control works. I haven't tested that out. And then also you can use the pointer controls for that, you know, like basically the Wii controls for that were introduced on Prime 3 and then were used for the Wii releases of Prime 1 and 2. And honestly, the pointer controls are actually really good on Prime 3. I haven't played Prime 1 or 2 on the game on the Wii. I only have them on the GameCube. But I hear that it makes the games actually much easier. Just because the games just aren't designed around you having that sort of, you know, that degree of freedom of movement and aiming, while Prime 3 is designed around it. Also, they added I think they added the spring ball as well, because that's something that Metroid Prime 3 had, was you weren't forced to do morph ball bomb jumps at all times. You could flip the controller, the Wiimote up, and it would cause the morph ball to spring up using the spring ball. But, you know, which is a nice quality of life improvement, I say. I think that this game has it. I actually haven't tested it. Anyway, that's casual, normal. I'm not sure how these I'm not sure how these map onto the Metroid Prime 1 normal difficulty, so I'm gonna go normal. I've beaten Metroid Prime on hard with no deaths, so this should be a piece of cake. Prime 2 on hard is a completely different story, though, and Metroid Prime 3 corruption with on veterans, not bad. On hyper mode difficulty is just obnoxious. Anyway, we're loading. I don't remember the GameCube version taking this long to load, but that's whatever. Unidentified distress vegan has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4. Starting out with just a an absolutely just fantastic rendition of the Super Metroid Prologue theme. A lot of people call that the theme of Samus Aran, which it technically isn't. That's basically a mistake from Super Smash Bros. Brawl to call it that. The actual theme of Samus Aran is the Criteria theme from Super Metroid. Hence why it plays during the final boss battle at the end of it. Anyway, though right now it's just teaching us how to target. Also, yeah, use a scan visor, you can scan things. This does retain the Metroid Prime 1 system of using nodes you have to scan. Metroid Prime 2 and 3 used a much better system. Anyway. And how it worked in Metroid Prime... So in Metroid Prime... So in Prime 1 you have the nodes. You have two different colors. You have orange, and then you have red. Red indicates important things. And orange is basically everything else. So for red, so I'll be, things you have to, over here, so that's that. It's that yellowy orange color. Well, it definitely seems more yellow in this. In Prime 1, it's more orange. And then once it's scanned, it's faded out. How it worked in Echoes and then carried over into Prime 3 is the entire object will be highlighted in a specific color. Basically how it would work. And then so different colors. So blue would be your regular scans, red will be important scans, and then once you scan something, it turns green. And I actually quite like that. As with the Prime system, sometimes it can be hard, just because all it does is fades out the color of the node. Oh, I missed, there we go. Which I definitely prefer the Prime 2 system for scanning. Also, this is something that's... This is something that's unique to just this section of the game, is that you can scan the doors. And they'll tell you, what's the name of the next room you're moving into. And also, yeah, you have these little things on the wall here. Basically just telling you what's happening. Environment normal. Deck Alpha, emergency evacuation area, current status. Environment unstable. That just sounds lovely. Walk in here, and then that's important. You scan it, red. Causes the room to pressurize. Also, turn on the gravity. Anyway, where are we going? Emergency evacuation area. Don't worry, I'm not going to scan like absolutely everything in the game. I like to do that when I play for myself, but I don't want to slow down the game, or the playthrough here. New creature. Yeah. And then, this is something that wasn't in Prime... was not in the original release of Prime 1. I think it might have introduced in the Wii, but it's in Prime 2 and 3, is that when you scan something that actually goes into your logbook, you have that little computerized voice that says, recorded to the logbook, which is a nice touch. Parasite. Interstellar vermin. They travel in swarms. Indigenous to Talon 4, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous. They're just weak enemies. Die to one shot. Anyway. Not be activated from the stream. So yeah. So that's one of the things about Metroid Prime is there are lots of these little nodes in our room that you can scan, and it just gives you like little details about the environment. Most of them, are not important, but they do add kind of like to the storytelling of the game. So yeah, escape pod entrance. The vessel has already been jettisoned. Evacuation occurred 6 hours prior to your arrival. You can release biohazardous materials. Phase on batch 0142. Point A, or A, I don't know. Destination deck beta. So you can just, lots of these. See a dead body. Scan it. Space part. caused by a severing of the spinal cord. Yeah, you don't say. And yeah, also kind of a classic staple in the Metroid not Metroid Prime, but the Metroid series is you walk into a room and it's full of corpses. I think that's something that harkens back to Super Metroids when they first did that. Morphology unknown, high levels of radiation detected. Analysis shows incredibly large muscle structures surrounding the jaw area. Fluid sacs containing acid are also detected. What happened to this poor bastard? Space pirate status, death caused by acidic burns to body, chemical type unknown. Wonder if it's related. Oh yeah, and this guy's still alive. Space pirate status, weak life signs detected. Imprints of large bite marks can be seen on the exoskeleton. L section possesses a mouth-like orifice, most likely used for birthing offspring. But yeah. Looks like be removed easily, yep. Morphology, death caused by excessive blunt trauma to cranium. Yep, I'd say that would be bad for your health. Yeah, that's one of the changes made between Metroid 4, or one of the changes in the remaster is when you press the fire button to hold it down for a charge shot. It fires 3 shots rapidly, and then will start charging. In Prime 1, what happened is you press it, it'd fire once, and then start charging. Just a minor change. And also, yeah, as you can see, bright flashes near the camera will cause Samus's face to reflect in her visor. Once again, that was in the original too. It's a nice touch. Y for Morph Ball. Also, Spring Ball. Do we have it? Yes, we do. Otherwise, the only way of jumping is to do that. And then you do a double jump. No, I'm see if I can do a triple jump. No, whatever. Stop wasting time. And you can scan this. Recorded to the logbook. Map station. Walk into it, gives you a map of the area. And you can read this, blah blah blah. Talent for ground zero area, ground radiation. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. Yeah, how about the interior? 2 parasite queen specimens have become volatile on deck beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. Parasite infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems of decks Gamma and Beta. Oh. Let's go here. And there goes the map. It's a nice map. 3D map. Depending on your perspective, it can sometimes look a little confusing, but usually it's pretty... I find it's usually pretty readable. But I'm also, like, very used to it. So, you know, your mileage may vary. Oh, that's missiles. I'm going to keep doing that, aren't I? Alright, here's going to be a classic thing in Metroid Prime. You have to scan elevators to turn them on. You don't have to do it every time. You scan it, the thing once. Turns on, activates the platform, step into the hologram. You're good to go. Actually speaking, in here. Hazard warning. Don't step in fire. It's bad for you. Energy conductor unit has been damaged. Use caution while approaching. Yeah, I'll damage you. Yeah, want to turn to Morph Ball. Alright, got another injured dude. Both of this creature's legs are broken. That's rough. Base pirate. Severe internal damage detected. Yeah, so these guys actually will shoot at you. They don't do a whole lot of damage, and then, yeah, you kill enemies. Get energy. Charging has a bit of a tractor effect to it. And then, yeah, you can see what's this. Unknown, no life signs detected. Creature appears to be in a state of stasis hibernation. The door. Concealed to prevent radiation leaks. And you can see there's 2 of these tanks that appear to have been broken open. And then that looks a lot like the dead thing in the evacuation place on deck A, Alpha. And also, if you remember that one, the scan we just had where it said 2 parasite queen specimens have become hostile or whatever. We open the map. Oh, that's the wrong one. Map. This is biotech research area. This is action area to deck beta. Just nice little details like that in the game. And also, yeah, stuff to see here. As exoskeleton protects it from mother's acidic embryonic fluid. Fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation, allows for increased production of corrosive bile. Mutation, carapace of the larva becomes rigid. Carapace is quite resilient, able to resist the attacks of many predators. Combat mutation applications are complete. Primary legs of this creature possess galvanized tips, allowing it to penetrate any known alloy. Rejection of phazon compound detected. Yeah, lots of random things like that. I'm gonna try to avoid scanning everything. I don't know, I like scanning things. I think it's just a very neat thing to do. Coils on this ventilation cap look unstable. Ballistic support needed in specimen block F. Also, yeah, it's telling you how to use missiles because they will scan that guy. That's the problem with the scan system, is sometimes it'll lock onto the wrong node. And it's particularly bad in Prime, or I don't know if it's necessarily bad in Prime 1, just because you have to hunt down the specific nodes and... Yeah, anyway. Mechanism auto turret, use missiles to break outer casing. Yeah, not that complicated. Bloodshot kill. Oh. Go. New research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Yeah. Wait, only 3 rounds? Really? Interesting. In Prime 1, that would have been 5 rounds. Anyway. Actually, I wonder if you can do the rapid-fire missile glitch. So, up on the beam selecting stick. This is your C stick on the GameCube. And then you press missile button, and nope. Can't rapid-fire. Which is, yeah, that's fair. The rapid-fire missile glitch could, or exploit, whatever you want to call it, could be quite potent. Alright, here's something I remember. Auto turret disabled. Yep. Something's going on up there. Anyway, here we go. First, lore scan. Pirate data. So you have the 2 main forms of lore in the game. You have the pirate data, and then you have chosen lore. And this is just going to be background story information. Sometimes we'll have clues for you. Zebus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orphean, Syriacus, and Valparagum were in orbit at Ground Zero and managed to retreat. Frigate Orphean is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orphean's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy, but on a restricted feeding schedule due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Cold Blue. No signs of pursuit from the hunter. Yeah. So, I guess, and then you have this thing. Morphology unknown. Specimen has been horribly mutated and there are no life signs. Yeah, this is just telling you things. Plasmite, native of Town 4 actions. This is a nice little Easter egg in the game. Solitary, holding 1, phase-on level unknown, status xenotropic, life form unstable, use caution. So yeah, the little image you see there on the left it's basically a art of the Sidehoppers, which are kind of a staple enemy from Metroid 1 and 2. Or not Metroid 1, 2. Metroid 1 and Super Metroid. They weren't in Metroid 2, because Metroid 2 is not on Zebes. And then you see different things. These are actually creatures that run into later on in the game. And you see this thing, yeah, it's banging on the door. Yeah. Telling you to use your scan visor. Increases the acidic production of saliva ducts. Incredible strength and body mass increase when exposed to phase-on. As it turns on the elevator. There's just little details about what's happening. Hey friend, how you doing? Your internal damage detected. Let me help you with that. I'm gonna add some external damage. And what's your story? No, that's a shriek bat. There we go. Brain hemorrhage detected. Creature's aim will be hindered. Avoid damage using quick movement. Basically, the purpose of these injured space pirates is basically just to get you used to reacting to enemies with range attacks. Space pirate, minimal injuries assist. Use caution, maximum firepower detected. Alright. Nothing a few missiles can't solve. Oh, one more guy. Acid burns have welded the joints of the exoskeleton. That's unfortunate. That's something I forgot to show off in, what's that room? The biohazard room. Wrong. Always hitting the wrong one. There we go. Back in this room. Let me get it oriented. There we go. It's a very tall room. If you actually, I should have showed it off. I forgot to. You can actually look up in this room, and it just keeps going up. Like I don't know, just a detail that shows you how the creatures got out of that room. Yeah, nothing really else to show here. Just other random things you can scan. Ice Shriek back. That's actually a hard scan to get later on in the game. You have to, depending on how quickly I play through this game. Anyway, we might. Probably won't see it in this session. Definitely will be in the next session. Oh look, more random things to scan. Ventilation covers may become superheated if airflow is restricted. Unusual thermal reading should be reported to the deck engineer on duty. Destruction detected in reactor ventilation system. Engineering crew report to freight lift corridor immediately. Security codes on auto turrets are changed every other lunar cycle. Using proper codes may result in turret activation. Speak of the devil. What happened to you? Death caused by severe lacerations to the abdomen. That looks fine to me. Deck cam improved. Step onto the hologram. Hey friendo, how you doing? What's this do? Right door lock enabled. Please insert metallic sphere to open door. Also, just kind of listening to things. I think sound might be a little loud. Can I change that? Oh. Disables a narration that was added for the original European and Japanese version of Metroid Prime. I didn't know that was a feature in the game. That's cool. Cool. that's better. Your laceration, how about you? Removal of internal organs. Yeah, I hear that's not good for one's health. Anyway, see here. Morph ball powered technology for some reason. Presumably the space pirates use metallic spheres. And then this shows you, or tells you, yeah, charge beam, and draw things in. Very handy. Struggle to get through this door. I too sometimes struggle to get through doors. Death caused by cranial trauma, that's not good for you. Base part. Death caused by severe lacerations, looks like he's been partially eaten. Now last time I checked, being eaten is not good for your health. Caused by acid burns to the face. Ooh, getting the alien special right there. What's this? Which of the clone marines got the acid to the face in the movie? Was it Drake? Yeah. Let me push. Come on, let me through. And get a staple of the series. Save station. Step in these stations to restore your, or to save your game and fully restore your energy. Because checkpoints are for chumps. Also need to take a drink of water. Anyway, what am I doing? Nope. I don't care about the dead body. Fine. There we go. Every time. I'm so used to the GameCube layout. I didn't think the GameCube layout can explain why I keep hitting X instead of Y. Anyway. Oh look, more bodies. These creatures still contain a heat signature. They have not been here very long. No life signs detected, you don't say. Now, analysis detects large amounts of blood missing from the carcasses. These bodies may have been used for nourishment, pattern consistent with predator behavior. Yep, classic Metroid. Just walk into a room, dead bodies. Anyway, walk a little further and see if we can get to the bottom of this. New creature entry. Parasite Queen, parasite female. Genetically enhanced by unknown means. Weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen, origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapons, great blasts of energy from its mouth. A trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears that pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. Alright. Here we go. First boss fight, very simple. It has this shield around it because it's standing in a reactor core. You shoot at its face, and then yeah, once you do a bunch of damage, I think about half does that. Very easy to avoid its attacks, just keep dashing to your side. There we go. And then it turns out having a Parasite Queen fall into the reactor core is not good for it. And here we have one of the kind of series classics, the timed escape sequence. Most of the games in the franchise have this. Or something similar. Honestly, I think the big thing to keep in mind in this section is don't panic. They're very straightforward. Yeah. That thing does that. Creature is deceased. Incubation period was prematurely terminated. Its shell is not fully hardened. It's dead. Like, say anything? Yeah. That explodes. That's the one that said it was overheated earlier. And now we're running through the ventilation shafts, which you see are quite large on this ship. Hey, you can just kind of run through those and they'll maybe do like 1 damage. So I don't overshoot where I'm going. Use the door to unlock it. This is fun. This is over top of that little lift we took just, and there's the entrance to the reactor core. Just nice little details you look back on your previously trod path. Honestly, the parasites basically just exist to show off the visor effects, which, to be fair, at the time were pretty impressive. Oh. You've played Republic Commando, Star Wars Republic Commando. The visor in that game was heavily inspired by Metroid Prime. Oh, hey everybody, it's Ridley. Still alive. He's a little messed up from Samus's previous adventure. Here we go, grapple beam. Oh look, scans. Subject, Meta Ridley. Cerebral casing stable, exoskeleton seal holding, begin umbilical retraction. Anything else here? Oh yes, up here. Subject, Meta Ridley. Weapon update complete. Stinger ballistics, online. Plasma fuel cell, online. Yeah. Oh. You don't really need to bother turning off the auto turrets. I just think it's a nice detail that you can. Oh, don't mind me as I walk into the electricity. I don't think I've ever done that before. I always just walk past it fast enough that it doesn't matter. Anyway. And there goes all your stuff. Parachute malfunction. Morph ball malfunction. Missile launcher malfunction. Charge beam malfunction. Grapple beam malfunction. Yep, there goes all your stuff. There we go. Just depressurizing. Oh, hey, his body's getting blown out. Oh my god. I don't... What? I don't think that was in the original. I don't remember there being dead space parts getting blown out of the frigate. That's funny. That's so morbid. Oh my god. Was not expecting that. Oh my. The explosions are literally generating space pirates. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. Oh, hello. Oh. Talon Overworld. New extras unlocked in the main menu. Oh boy, I love extras. Want to save? Yes. Game has been saved. Alright. So I'm not big on speed running myself, but this is actually a room where you can do... I don't know if you can still do it in this version, but you can do something called the scan dash. Which is, I think it's... Basically, I couldn't tell you exact details. I think I successfully did it like once in all my time of playing it. Mostly because I don't bother trying, but yeah, you basically have to lock onto an item and jump and go sideways at the same time. And basically what that does is it takes advantage of... Because if you notice, when you try to jump onto the ship, it gives you a little boost, and basically by doing the scan dash, it lets you just kind of boost up, and you just kind of keep going sideways up onto that ledge, at which point you can go through that door over there, and you can get a very nice upgrade much earlier than you're intended to. I'm not going to do that, though, or bother doing it. I don't know if, don't know if they fixed like some of the speedrunning exploits. Talon Fern, non-toxic variety of Talonensis. Talonensis, there we go. Talonensis. Why can't I speak? Talonensis, there we go. Commonly found near water sources, that's nice. Glowing spider vine. The plant's bioluminescence attracts insects for it to eat. Tricky. Also, let's get that scanned. New research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Hunter-class gunship registered to Samus Aran. You can return to your ship to recharge energy, reload weapons, and save progress in the game. Initial expansion, can't get that yet. Oh, there you go. Tangleweed. Plant life with basic sentience, retracting the ground if threatened. Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny barbs designed to trap potential meals. Tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder larger life forms. Yeah, they'll slow you down. There's a more fun variety you'll encounter later on. Can I scan that from down here? Oh, yes again. This lichen seems to be giving off low levels of radiation. No matches found in flora and fauna data. Okay, that's enough scanning. Oh, there we go. Yes, right now you just have your single jump. Kind of unimpressive. Need to go a bit further to get the double jump. Alright, here we go. New creature. Beetle. Burrowing insect with a resilient carapace, extremely aggressive. Insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly, attack anything that moves near their lair. Pretty basic, enemy. Alright, I don't have the charge me. Trying to hoover up any potential pickups. Saturnine. Small iridescent mushroom typically grows in dank, dark regions. Alrighty. Sapsack. Chemical reaction within sac produces a violent explosion when agitated because of its irresistible odor and sweet nectar. The sap sac was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of explosive chemical sac saved it. Now only brave or ingenious creatures could dare to devour it. Or those with a gun. Oh, hey. New research. Large energy replenishes 20 units of energy. And here we got here. Zoomer. A.k.a. hazard to navigation. Avoid contact with spikes, yeah. Basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles. Detects nutrients and sharp spines protected from casual predators. Lack of reinforced carapace, however, or... where'd I get the however? Makes the zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attack. I'd say any direct attack, because I'm attacking it directly right now. And I've got these guys. Those are these blast caps. Yeah, blast cap. They explode. It's being eaten. Also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact. Kind of like that. Also, you can just shoot them. Hey, friendos, how you doing? What's this? Stone surface. This lichen grows on appears to be too smooth to be natural. What? This U shape is not natural? Appears to be healthy. Ring dating approximates age of over 200 years. Oh, different guy. That is the Gamer, wall-crawling mollusk with retractable spikes. Evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer family. When threatened, it extends lethal spikes and retracts its head deep into its armor carapace. Yeah. You can't kill it. You need missiles. Regular power beam won't cut it. Unlike the Zoomers. Which at some point I'm going to accidentally walk into one. Ah, glowing. You know, normally plants, like, you know, because it says the sap sac developed. Can I even scan it now? No. You know, because its sap was too sweet. It smelled too good. Things are eating it. Most plants that smell like that do it on purpose so that they propagate seeds by being eaten. I guess Town 4 works a little differently. Here we go. Hint system in action. Abnormal seismic activity detected. Seismic disturbance at rune site. Something at the hive totem. These posts have collapsed from erosion. Carbon dating cannot determine the age of the structures. Well, it's a stone structure, so carbon dating might not necessarily be the most helpful. Usually carbon dating is only good for like organic materials that contain carbon, and even then it can only go back. I think accuracy is like 15,000 years, and then the further back you go, try to date something, the less accurate it becomes. Anyway, you chose a lore. It was a script. I'm not going to read all that. Yeah. Was it? I call correctly, this game made a bunch of changes to the Chozo lore from the original release, just to make it a bit more... the timeline more cohesive, because basically the events that transpired here to the Chozo happened decades before, beforehand, before now. And the Chozo lore was referencing things that happened after that, so it was just like, timeline's a little screwy. Let's change that. And here we are in the Chozo ruins. There's a bit of a beetle problem, as you can see. Hey, back here, asshole. Recording. Blast shield on the door, blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weapons may damage it. Passageway to shrine. Oh, you hear that whirring sound? Yep. That's made by anytime you're near a pickup, it makes that sound. So always keep your ears peeled. That's too far out. Ledge this object rests on cannot be reached from this room. Let's go for... Oh no, no beetles here. Wait. Door. Alright, here's a new one. Scarabs. Floating parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock. Think nothing of the cells, blah blah blah. They violently self-destruct when threatened. So, unlike the parasites, you don't want to run into these guys. They actually, they do like 1 damage apiece. So if you run into a swarm of them, they'll take a lot of health off. We've got these guys. Ions. Mobile organism entirely composed of ocular tissue. And they can shoot laser beams. Yeah. You can just shoot them to make them close temporarily. Eventually you can blow them up. Hello, tree. Unusually high concentrations of poison identified in tree leaves. Elevated toxicity levels found in tree bark. Scans indicate a poisoned water source within 4 meters. Many years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. Past time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps finally the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. Or not. What's this? Ornate wall hanging with a highly reflective surface does not appear important. Structural weakness detected in sandstone, yes. When you scan things, usually they'll be red. But yeah, you see the red text like that, that's telling you, that keyword is telling you what weapon you need to destroy it. Hey guys, how's it going? Anyway. Oh, right. War wasps. Flying bastards. Airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. War wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. Now, these guys will spawn basically infinitely from their hives until you destroy the hive. War with hive. Only rumble to have your weapon, you need missiles. Yeah, build their homes over existing crevices, using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry a building with... blah, blah, blah. Some days I just can't read. And through here. Save station. Anyway, you see these reflective things. In Prime 1, they had a really simple and kind of janky reflection on them. Like, you could see Samus in them. It's literally just like a very basic 2D sprite that would show up in them. Didn't really animate very well. But it's a neat touch, but they've gotten rid of that. Which is, yeah, it's fine, I guess. It's not something that's like that noticeable or that big of a deal. Chozo sculpture crafted in honor of Talon's star. Records show all water in the area has evaporated. That's not good. This petrified organic matter looks like a rock carved into the shape of an eye. And this one is. Only translatable symbol detected on the sculpture is the word Chozo. Oh, still a couple of these guys. It's an ion. Honestly, I'm not quite sure why they had these here before you run into ions the first time. I think that would have been a neat little bit of foreshadowing. But whatever. Not that big of a deal. Analysis indicates significant amounts of water once present in this location. The map, yeah, the North Atrium. As you can imagine, there's actually a bunch of different atriums in the Chozo Ruins, and they have different things going on. Can't get those pickups. Brimstone. Concussive blast may shatter it. Right, not much we can do here for the time being. That's a missile shield. Oh, don't want to kill that. Want to scan it.
Recording to logbook.
Plasmite. Small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Effective source of heat. Thriving on blah blah blah. Light when hunting. And then you have these crates here. Those have goodies in them. Tangleweed. Also, you see the water there. Don't just let you scan it here. No. It's bad. It's toxic. It will damage you quite rapidly if you go in that water. Don't do it. Yep. Get the warning. Drainage possesses traces of high-level toxins. This elevated bridge looks foreign but functional. Appears this item can only be reached by using the elevated bridge. Mechanical device appears to be inactive. Life forms detected within hollows of machine. Oh, here we go. Love this theme. Only this boss with fight and one other has it. First things... Oh, hey! They've changed the position on the scan node on the Hive Mecha. In the GameCube version, at least in the North American release that I have, the scan node is below the water line. It's at the bottom of it, so it's actually very easy to miss it. Anyway, security unit programmed to work with predatory hive dwellers. Design flaw makes the shielding in Hive Mecha weak around their access ports. These units are second-generation combat drones able to interface with organic units at a higher level. They train at shelter and work with hive-dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their hive beasts to handle any threats. Speaking of which, can I get a lock on you? Alright, this might suck. Here we go. Ram War Wasp, airborne predator, circles its prey, then strikes. Basically, they threaten circle their enemies at high speeds, disorienting, striking from all sides in a single turn. Anyway, you want to be careful if they don't knock you into the water. Basically, the point of this fight is to get you used to using your radar in the top left there to track enemies. Scan it yet. High frequency signal. This may be the cause of the war wasp swarms. There we go. That one almost got me. Fortunately, they make a very distinctive noise when they're about to charge you. And there we go. Nice simple fight. Honestly, the only thing I think that makes this fight hard is if you get knocked into the water. that is bad if that happens. And anyway, what's our reward? The missile launcher. Fun fact. This, I think, if I recall correctly, this is the only Metroid game where you get the missile launcher before the morph ball. Just one of those neat little details. New extras. I love extras. Do I unlock like the hive totem or the hive mecha? The room is the hive totem. And then we also get energy tank. Permanently increases your health by 100. And there you see that nice little blue box at the top. It also replenishes your health when you get them. What's this? Ah, they've added larger ammunition. This is 5 rounds. A bit excessive. And then small tunnel leads back behind the wall. Width of the opening is approximately 1 meter in diameter, aka the perfect size for the morph ball. Also does go to the fact that whatchamacallit, the morph ball is bigger than people think it is. I can walk these. Yeah, look, these guys just slow you down. Like, a lot of people think the morph ball's tiny. It actually isn't. It's a decent sized thing. And then you have some rocks fall from the ceiling. Or the ceiling falls. Anyway, walk into this room and blammo. Ruined war wasp hive. Destruction of a hive will not deter the survivors from rebuilding a new home. That's just them saying, yeah, no, you're not out of the woods yet, bucko. Because yeah, this game does have, you know, respawning enemies. Up station. Now, it's not instantly. It's not like if you leave a room and then immediately go back into it, it will remain. How it works is basically it has to do with how the game. I'm assuming that it. You know, I got the map. It's that this game handles things the same way as the original release. And more missiles. Okay. And that basically, so long as a room is loaded in memory, the enemies in it, you know, won't respawn, but the actual, like, memory buffer for the games, you know, it's not very big. You know, it's a GameCube game on a small disc. Well, disc doesn't affect memory, it's just the limited RAM of the GameCube, which I don't even know at the top of my head. Basically, how it works is, so I'm in this room. This room is still going to be loaded into memory. And this room will remain loaded into memory until I load this room into memory. Actually, I think it might already be loaded in, because I'm standing near the door. Basically, the games, or the doors in the game are the loading screens. And let's save. You can just avoid them, but you can also shoot them. Okay. Beetles only spawn when you come out of that door. Yeah, that's one of the things to keep in mind is a lot of enemies, their position in a room will oftentimes be based on which entrance you use to the room. There should be beetles down here. Mostly it mostly just applies to shriek bats. I see on this, yeah. Passageway to the shrine. Oh no, I hit a scarab. Or two. What's that? Morph ball. So, yep, just got a bunch of beetles to fight. And here comes the main show. Plated beetle. Well-armored burrowing insect, vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. Thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make rounding attacks. While only surfacing when it detects vibrations above, it then maneuvers itself so as to always face its rival. Yeah. So with the rapid-fire missile exploit from the original release, this boss is stupid easy. Not quite. Fire missile first. Yeah, you can just like rapid-fire like 3 missiles or whatever you need to kill it. Just very quickly, it's funny. There we go. Not a hard fight. Like, I guess it's a mini-boss. Like, what else is there to say? Also, in classic form, it's a mini-boss that eventually shows up as a standard enemy. That's later on. And not a big deal either, because it's not that tough. Yeah, got the morph ball. New extras unlocked in the main menu. Oh boy. Scan that. Multiple microscopic factories found throughout sandstone. So sandstone means morph ball bomb. Nope. These blue orbs seem to be simple light sources. You don't say. Also, before I forget, wrong one. Let's turn that off before it gets annoying. I know this game like the back of my hand, so I should be fine. Ow. I can't charge. Hey, personal space, buddy. Actually, I wonder. Does this have the heat ripples off of the power beam if you shoot it long enough? Yes. Stones appear to have fallen from the walkway above. Yeah. Or you can scan this. Large branches have been forcibly intertwined, forming what looks to be a bridge structure. Oh yeah, I did scan that. That one's also another one. We can do the cellular decomposition. I can't remember what you need to break that. There is an item in there. Also, I think you need the space jump, your double jump, to actually get the item in there. So I'm not going to bother with it. Hey, buddy. That's an item we won't be able to get for quite a while. And once I get... Oh. And now that we have the morph ball, we can go through here. Branches block most of the tunnel, but there's a small opening in the floor. Nope. Once again, hitting the missiles. Alright, we're in this room. Found choked by overgrowth. Toxin levels are high. Come on. We won't be able to take advantage of that little fountain there for a while. Those alert entries being downloaded to your logbook. Chozo script translated. Oh bless. I just don't want to slow down the playthrough by reading all the lore. I actually like it. It's well written. It really lets you get the character of the Chozo that we're here. So we don't want to go there. That's one of those things where you're in... Oh, shit. It keeps locking onto him. That's just one of those rooms that you just... Oh. There you go. Shrink bats. Territorial ceiling dweller body temperature peaks at 121 degrees centigrade. It's very hot. That's, you know, above the boiling temperature of water hot. High internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging their roofs on ceilings all the way up. They dive bomb you. You can kill them pretty quickly, though. Oh. Hey there, Reaper Vine. Powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. Single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. Light-like appendage on its tip is home to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. Yeah, you just shoot the eye and it goes away. Oh. Okay, no, I can't scan those guys yet, because they're over top of something. Can I make that jump? No, I cannot. Right, jump, please. What am I looking at? Wow. That sucked. Let's grab those. Oh. That's one you can make that jump. Let's try that again. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. Jumping from liquids really does screw with your jumping before you get a certain upgrade. Let's do it the proper way. Not me failing miserably to try and take a shortcut. I got this one of those fun rooms where you get the steam on your visor, fogging up your visor. Can't get those yet. Save the game. And I've got all the health back. Derelict mechanism once controlled the water pump, currently non-operational. As you saw there, yeah, as you see, there's a little bit of auto aiming with the beams. Where's your weapons? It's more aggressive on some than the others. Oh. How did I miss that jump? Feels like it's been forever since I played this game, but it really hasn't been. Oh. That almost said poorly, can I? There we go. And I immediately use up the missile. I'm just thinking what order I want to do this in. So there's an upgrade I can get there, and then also an upgrade I can get there. I think I'm gonna go for this one first. Another one of these atriums. Cause of ceilings collapse not recorded. This water's clean. Records indicate superstructure has stabilized for the collapse. Unlikely. That's nice. Hey, these guys. Stone Toad preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. Stone Toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone Toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. Yeah, I can't kill them yet, so I'll just leave it alone. Because they're literally just path blockers. Okay, this is actually an interesting little bit of, kind of point of no return thing. Because in the original game, you can't get back up there without bombs. But, of course, we have to... I don't know, the spring ball's actually not working. That is interesting. Let's program that in. Alrighty. Incinerator drone, programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction. When internal power core is damaged, unit has minimal combat programming but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for its lack of battle prowess. Here we go. Structure. Hive, primary barbed war wasp dwelling. An extremely durable wasp net hive can only be destroyed by direct exposure to fire from below. Oh, that's nice. Let's grab that. Yeah. Oh, scan 25% of the logbook already. New extras available in the menu. Anyway. Basically, just walk around this guy. And then that will pop up. Shoot it. It blasts the hive with heat. And then it pisses these guys off. Barbed war wasp. Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. Highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this stinger can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. But here's the gimmick of this fight. You got this asshole here. It has pissed off those assholes up there. So now you gotta manage... Basically, you have to manage dodging those guys with their ranged attack, taking care of them, while avoiding the fire from this guy. And then when it exposes the core, oh, does that. It can vary the height of its flamethrowers. All in all, not a hard fight. Just has, you know, different elements to take care to just keep track of. I think one more, and should be good. And it's like the one fight where the tracking can get kind of annoying. And there we go. Oh no, not that bad. Morph Ball Bomb. Spinny. And take a drink of water. Morph Ball Bomb acquired. While in Morph Ball mode, press A to drop a Morph Ball Bomb. Additional new extras unlocked. Delightful. So you can drop up to 3 bombs at once. Missiles. The one Metroid Prime game where you can't scan the crates. Future games decided that being able to know information about crates is important. I appreciate that. Alright. I wonder... I didn't check if you could spring ball before getting the Morph Ball bombs, or if that's something you only get after you can spring... You can only spring ball after getting bombs. A mystery for the ages. Come on. Hey, friendos. Anyway, Stone Toad. Pretty simple. They eat you, you blow them up. However, before I do anything there, let's just clear out the rest of the Shriek Bats, so they're not causing me trouble later on. How did I not see those guys run from me? Alright, there we go. And here's kind of the first... I don't know if I would call this a puzzle, but it's... I guess, yeah, it's the kind of your first really involved puzzle of the game. Anyway, so we have a new thing here. Standard Morph Ball slot. This slot is active. Inserting the Morph Ball and detonating a bomb will usually cause these slots to send electrical impulses that can activate different types of devices. Yeah. And right now you can listen to one of the most stressful sounds ever in gaming. The puzzle timer from the Metroid Prime games. Fortunately, the timing on this one's pretty lenient. checking. I scanned. Yeah, blast. Yeah, lock door. Can't do that. Oh, we can go in here. And our reward. Energy tank. Very nice. Now you see there, morph ball bombs do work on regular doors. Oh wait, don't need to bother with that. That's hello. I can push the right button. Blow that up. And blow that up. These guys are my favorite. They literally exist just to catch you when you leave that save room. Anyway, now we go through. Come on, no survivors. You go through this door. And yeah, you can scan these hollow banners. That which fouls the water seeks the sun. Great poison comes from Talon's core. And I think that's Brimstone. Oh. What do you say? Truth awaits you in a sacred hall. More missiles. I love having all the missiles. There we go. Runic symbol has been activated. 4 runic symbols in this room must be activated. Roots originate over walls. No decomposition detected. Host plant appears to thrive on toxic water. Oh, good for it. There we go. I think this is the runic symbol I always wind up missing. Guessing out there are a few of them. This room is not that big or complicated, so it's pretty simple to grab all the runic symbols. I guess we can scan this. Large metal gate blocks entrance to the area beyond. 4 runic symbols adorn its surface. Matching symbols within this room must be scanned to gain access here. The gate has been unlocked. Charge beam. So yeah, you get your basic set of stuff back pretty quickly. Like once I get the charge beam, I'm actually gonna have more stuff than when I start, or sort of have more stuff than when I start the game with. I don't have the grapple beam, you don't get that for quite a while. Oh, come on, show us the script. Yeah. Disaster struck suddenly, had a vague dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere. A meteor? A meteor, helps if I can speak English properly, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land. A strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity that strange... that's... I don't know if I messed up or the text is weird. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night as a spider weaves a web. Anyway. Well. Charge beam. Press and hold A to charge, release the fire. Yeah. New extras. And then the ions all open up. And to that I say, meh. Wrong one. One of the ions is sweeping it. Actually stuff here you can come and grab later. But that won't be for a while. Anyway, you look here. Metal structure heavily damaged. Sufficient blast trauma will likely result in destruction. Boom. More missiles. Now I have 10 more missiles than what you start with in the intro. Isn't that lovely? Actually, can't remember what's that run called again? It's the Dynamo. Retro Studio really likes dynamos, because they show up all the time. Like a dynamo, like it's a real life thing, obviously. Oh, took some damage from the ions. Anyway. Charge beam, charge shot will kill ions. Does that have enough splash to kill 2 at once? No. Okay, let's try right between these 2. Yeah, no. Oh, bad jump. Yeah, you can see you hanging there. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is do a quick run around and grab a few things. Because there are things that I can grab now. Hey, I guess he didn't swing at me. Oops. Use it. Overwhelming toxic levels have rotted all the leaves. Vast portions of tree cellular structure have been consumed by toxin distributed through source water. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Water shouldn't be green like that, I find. Oh, can't make the jump. I cannot. The lock-on feels a little more aggressive in this game. That's a lot of energy. through. Alright, where do I want to go? Not there. I want to go this way. Hey, friendos. I have a firm no survivors policy. Alrighty, so we got ourselves the morph ball bombs. Oh, did I missed a hive. Alright, how do I start this? Structural integrity of metal is stable, no flaws detected. Alright. And it's just very simple, just go through here, blow up the blocks. And you get some missiles. Well, pickup jingle. We'll just kind of overwrote all the sound. I scanned the technical guide already, right? Oh. Yep. Let me in. And look, more missiles. Let's see out over here. Which way am I going now? I want to go this way. The whatever room with the fountain. That one actually gets really dark if all the plasmites in it die. And I did it again. Oh, nothing that way. Good old pistons. Alright. Reorient. Let's not go in there for now. Americans, we're not going there. That's a bad idea. Because it's a bad idea because the Metroid games don't ignore the fact that magma's really hot, including making the air around it really hot. And they decided that the power suit by itself is not very good at handling that heat. So yeah, if you go into a room that has lava in it, or you go near lava, the air's too hot. I can actually show you it here in the rooms. Metal gate blocks entry to the center of the room. So yeah, basically you'll take damage from the air. Just from the environment until you get a certain suit. You chose the lore, kind of translated. Future is a vague thing. will the Trozo will never run dry. That's encouraging. Spear is the first of 3 locking mechanisms that seal the gate. The lock is active, but its key slot is sealed by a weak metal grating. Alright. Basically, this is just a simple puzzle to introduce you to Morph Ball bomb jumping, get you used to it. Now this one requires you to do a double bomb jump. I wonder if I can... No, that's not what I'll do. Yeah. Or else we supposed... Nah, just show it off. We're actually supposed to do this. The timing can be a little finicky. Anyway, grab some missiles. Alright, and then we want to go over here. I'm surprised that this wall doesn't have like a scan node for it. Just because of how the visual how it looks. That's whatever. Not everything needs to be scannable. And here's that energy tank that was up on the ledge we couldn't get before. Yeah. I think that's just about everything that you can see or can grab from for now. No, apparently I messed up the jump. You know, very simple, basic things I mess up because I'm trying to talk and play a game at the same time. The Let's Player's curse. Now, I don't need to destroy the wasp nest, but I can, so I will. Alright, the birds. You can shoot those. Come on. It'll be that hard. There we go. Yeah. If I recall correctly, in the original game, these are basically... I don't know if they're 2D, but yeah, they're just very, very simple model. I noticed that the doors don't really go, the color on them doesn't really change when you shoot them. Or it doesn't seem very noticeable. Like in Metroid Prime 1, I think part of it is just how quickly they tend to open. Alright, let's go into this here. I won't be able to do anything, but I can show off something. Also, let's scan say. Water analysis readings show unusually high toxicity. Well, we are on the internet right now, so that might explain it. Rain analysis complete. Toxin levels near 90% in local water supply. 90% of what? They make up 90% of the water, or what? Oh. Come on. Let me out. Yeah, jumping in water is just really annoying. Lethal toxin levels recorded. That's not matched levels recorded together. All waterborne microscopic life forms eradicated. 100% extinction rate predicted for local ecosystem within a 3-cycle period. That's not good. A prophecy draws ever closer. It is said, when the plants wilt and the creatures change and all life fades, the newborn will descend from the sky. When decay flows, the hatchling will walk a poisoned path to the source. Prophecy. Anyway, time for a little demonstration. Intense heat readings detected behind this door. Yep, you take damage quite rapidly when you're in a room like that. The Varia suit. Or Varia suit, however you want to pronounce it. Yes. Oh, it's not actually that dark. It gets much darker in the original game. Oh, right, I don't have a double jump. I'm trying to do the double jump thing where you can jump over a platform and then jump back. But, you know. Not having a double jump means you can't double jump, turns out. Oh, that's not a skin. Oh yeah, it's fun. You can... I do like this. You can, you know, look up out of this bit and see your path, and it's actually, you know, modeled to look, you know, actually resembles the terrain a little. As you can tell, it's a little shrunken from its actual scale, but it's still a neat touch, I think. Anyway, what I want to do is go across to that door so I can use that save station. Always like to save before doing important things. Alright. So it's just like the Watery Hall, I do believe is what that room was called. Was it the Watery Hall? Yeah. The Watery Hall. 4 runic symbols must be found and activated. And yep, one right there. And there's the third one. Alright. New creature entry, Venom Weed. Poisonous plant that retracts into the ground when threatened. Venom weeds evolve to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Aren't they kind of venomous in that regard? Anyway, venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. Now, normally brightly colored means don't eat me, because I'm, you know, poisonous or venomous. I guess it depends. I guess it's more of a trait for like insects and reptiles and fish. The bright coloration really just does depend on the animal or the organism in general. Alrighty. So yeah, you do need the morph ball bombs to get through here. Come on. Let me up the ramp. There we go. Burning. Here we go. Ultra energy or whatever. Yeah. Oh, correctly, the blue 50 energy units were only introduced in Echoes. They're not in Prime. But seeing as they changed up the ammo in Prime, who knows? Anyway. Boss fight time. Come on, let me in range. There we go. New creature entry. Morphology. Flagra. Flagra, having a prompt set. This is a mutant plant. Haha, they fixed the music. Okay. So, I do believe this was in the North America, or the NTSC release, specifically, of the original Metroid Prime, there was a bug in the music. So the Flagra theme would only loop the first 30 seconds of it. It wouldn't loop the entire song, which is, I don't think it's 2 minutes long, but yeah, it would only loop the first 30 seconds. So it's actually neat to be able to fight the boss with the full soundtrack. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable. However, exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods of time. Anyway, scan that. One of Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drainage channel. Analysis indicates that Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of the structure. Then, scan that, that's just... Yeah, I'm right. Alright. This fight's very simple. You shoot the solar panels to knock them out of alignment. Or technically they're mirrors. That will cause Flagra to fall over, which will grant you act, and the tentacles will retract, so you can go in here. Boom. Rinse and repeat. And it shrinks down, and then more panels activate. So it's a repetitive boss. Not that hard. Unless you're me as like an 8-year-old. Ow. Yeah, the tentacles will take a swing at you. You do have to be fast because Flagra will knock the panels back down. You believe you have to do this 4 times? Yeah, no. And then Flagra can do this thing where it will leave like little, like, it'll block you with plants. It's very easy in the original NTSC version with the rapid fire missiles. Also, like, yeah, it hits the ground so hard that causes the morph ball to pop up. And also, you don't need to worry about going into the wrong channel because they lower down after you hit them. Very convenient like that. This should be the last one. You can see it lowering there. Now we got all 4 mirrors. Hey, Flagra. Hope you're not too angry with me. Oh yeah, those... Now we just wait patiently. There we go. And if I recall correctly, if you take too long to do it, yeah, the Fraga will get back up. And you'll get shot out by the tentacle. It does damage, if I recall correctly. Doesn't matter. Flagra is donezo. And just like that, the water's back to normal. Also, before we grab that little suit pickup, you can see, yeah, that's blocked off. Scans indicate this network of vines is invulnerable to weapons fire. And also the other side's blocked off, obviously, so that's important for later. And of course we can scan this. Daria suit. I'll see it. Door's knocked. And grab that. We get the cool little sequence. And boom, we're back to where we were at the beginning. More than, basically, sort of. No grapple beam, but that's whatever. Zarya suit acquired. Dangerous areas of heat are now accessible. Also, 50% damage reduction. Ooh, new extras. I should look at those. Come on. This is from Colorado. Sun Tower access. Yay, water no longer hurts. And you get a bunch of, yeah, energy missiles. You know, after what could potentially be an arduous fight if you're not good at the game. Oh, hey, one of these guys. Recorded to the log. Pulse Bambu. Life form of raw energy. Periodically releases explosive segments. Pulse Bambus are energy beings vulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them, however. They lack any intelligence beyond an instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse Bambus produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shed regardless of who or what may be nearby. So yeah, you charge your beam, they'll start going towards you. We got a bit of a fall here. And War Wasp. Alright, so that cordite wall hanging appears to be slightly cracked. Can't break cordite right now. So interesting that cordite is supposed as a hard material in this game. Thing is that, you know, cordite is a thing. IRL. Also, here's the last runic panel in the game, I do believe. Got these guys here.
Recorded to logbook.
Oculus, wall crawler that generates electric pulses. Shows its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the Oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retracts into its impermeable shell. Can't do anything about him. Anyway, shows a lore.
Recorded to logbook.
Rise of Dying Land, blah blah. Mutated monsters learn our existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we choose who do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it's our duty to contain it. Oh, good old Chozo. Anyway, as you see, we don't have the right equipment. Yeah, spider ball technology required to access track. We don't have the spider ball. Okay, it does change. It fades a bit. It's just because the basically it's just the door is the same color as the shield. Also, yeah, idle animation. So, alright, so I'm actually gonna be going for 2 hours now, I think. Yeah, just over 2. So I'm just gonna make it to the next save station, which is right up ahead, and then call it there. When I'll next be streaming, I'm not sure. Probably next week. Do not know for certain. And yep, here we go. Save. Oh. That was fun. I'm quite enjoying this. It's Metroid Prime, but just, shinier. And, obviously some differences. Some changes. I have no unsafe progress to lose, but yeah. I'm really liking it. It looks better. There are a few times where it just, I don't know, seems like something doesn't have quite the same charm, I guess is the way to say it. But it still looks great. Still generally maintains the aesthetic of Metroid Prime 1. I think maybe it's lost a little bit of the atmosphere, the mood, I don't know. But overall, I think it looks really nice, isn't it? Good graphical update. Everything looks nicer. Obviously, like I said, the lighting is just weaker overall, I think, compared to Prime 1 original. But that's kind of the price you pay when you're doing such a major, graphical overhaul on the game. Especially on, the relatively limited nature of the Switch's hardware. But yeah. Catch you guys in the next live stream. I don't know when that's going to be. Probably next week, as I said. In the meanwhile, you can follow me on Twitter at TuronXander for updates, for as long as Twitter, has not completely burned to the ground. In the meantime, you guys take care and have a lovely day. Ending stream now.